This is problem 8 from the quiz review. Find the exact coordinates of point S on a unit circle if the angle measures 315 degrees. This is very similar to problem 2, kind of. You're finding the exact coordinates still. This time you're just given an angle measurement rather than the sine. That's going to be kind of similar. So finding exact, again, means I want fractions and stuff in there. So I'm going to draw where that angle is. 315 is going to be kind of about here. Okay? And what I want to find out is this reference angle right here, because I'm not going to work with 315. I don't typically do that. We work with like stuff in the first quadrant, so stuff between 0 and 90. So I'm going to take 360 minus my angle, 315. And that's going to tell me my reference angle is 45 degrees. Okay, so I'm going to use 45 degrees to find something. So here's what I'm going to draw a triangle. I'm going to draw this triangle right here. It's a 45-degree triangle. It's a little bit larger scale. So here we have it. This is 45. This is 45. So what we could do from here, I could just find the sine and cosine of 45 degrees if you have your unit circle handy. But you might need to actually prove it on our quiz and on the following test. So I know from previous geometry classes, I know across from 45 is 1, across from 45 is 1, across from hypotenuse, or across from 90 is radical 2. Now we've been changing these lately, the last couple of days, to make this be worth 1. Okay, so I'm going to divide by radical 2 all the way around, because I want to make my radius has typically been 1, right? So now we have some good values here. Now I want to know sine and cosine, or cosine of the angle is the x-coordinate, sine of the angle is the y-coordinate, right? So here's what I'm going to do. Cosine, I'm to the right of the circle, so it's going to be positive 1 over radical 2, okay? Now, sine, I'm underneath the ground, I'm down. It's going to be negative 1 over radical 2. So that could be my coordinate. Now, what we haven't written them like that, possibly. You may have heard something, you're going to rationalize the denominator. So that means 1 over radical 2. I don't want the square root of 2 on the bottom anymore. I don't want a square root sign. So I'm going to multiply by radical 2 on both the top and the bottom. Now I have radical 2 over 2. So this x-coordinate becomes radical 2 over 2. The y-coordinate was the same thing, just negative. Negative radical 2 over 2. Okay? So if your teacher's talked about rationalizing the denominator, or if you've gotten answers more like this, that is what you should go for. The stuff in the green, this is technically correct, but we want it to be as simplified and easy to work with as possible. So make sure when you're doing exact coordinates that it's in fractions and square root signs. You're using your triangles, and you're remembering coordinates are going to be cosine and then sine.